Mr. Baker, how you doing today?
How you doing, Mr. Kennedy?
Good, how are you?
Good.
Nice to see you again. Go ahead. You first.
Listen, I don't know what he was trying to do. First of all, he's like shaking my hand and he's like he's wrestling my hand. What was going on here?
Hello, gentlemen. It's good to see
Hello,
you.
Mrs. Johnson. Oh, Mrs. Johnson, how you doing?
Good, how are you?
After you.
After you.
All right, after you, Mr. Kennedy. Come on.
Then we get through the elevator and he's like pushing me through. He's putting his hand on my shoulder. What the is this guy doing?
Yeah, I don't know what he was doing. He kept pushing me through the elevator with brutal force, and I don't know why. I mean, gee, I'm just trying to walk through the elevator and go after it. I'm being polite, and he's pushing me through. I don't know what his problem is.
Those guys are so immature. I'm gonna win this.
Hello, welcome to the 2020 presidential debate. I'm your host and moderator, Randy Jackson, Fox News contributor. Our first candidate is a 38-year-old male from Boston, Massachusetts, Mr. Ronald Baker.
What do I plan to do when I'm president? Nothing.
Up next, representing the Democratic Party, a lovely woman of 40, straight from St. Louis, Missouri, Diana Johnson.
What am I gonna do if I'm president? Well, I'm gonna make sure that everyone feels like an American and that they can accomplish the American dream. Because the American dream is something everyone should feel, because God gave us this country to be dreamers and to make our dreams a reality. And that's what everyone should have the opportunity to do. And I will make sure that this is possible for everyone. God bless America.
And finally, from Washington, D.C., we have Mr. Bobby Kennedy for the independent party of the Tea Party.
I think this debate's going to go pretty well. You look over at Ronald Baker, he has nothing in this debate. He's just going to talk about random fake news, and it's going to be absolutely nothing. No one's going to believe him whatsoever. Diana over there, she'll just talk and talk and talk. No one will listen to her. It'll be pretty easy for me.
So we're going to get started. Up first is you, Mr. Baker.
How do I expect this to go? It's gonna be a landslide. I'm gonna wipe the floor with these candidates, especially that Kennedy goofball.
Mr. Baker, you have been known to have a presence on Twitter, and last week, your tweet went viral on the internet when you tweeted that when you become president, you plan to deal with the North Korean issue. How exactly do you plan on handling this situation?
Well, Randy, it's very simple. You take a bunch of planes, you put bombs on them, you fly them over North Korea, you let them go.
What? So, Mrs. Johnson, you've had a very good public opinion so far during this campaign. How do you intend to keep public approval positive during your time in office, if elected?
How do I think the debate's gonna go? I think it's gonna go great. I'm going to wipe the floor. Kennedy and Baker, they're gonna go at each other the entire time, and I'm gonna slide right in, and I'm gonna win this election. Well, as president, I will work to make sure that anyone who's a minority or in poverty feels an equal. We will open up service opportunities for those who are in need, like those who can't afford food, or those who have mental disabilities or physical disabilities as well. And we will open up more job opportunities for those searching for jobs. And we'll just make sure everyone feels like they can accomplish the American dream. Because the American dream is something very important to me. It's what this country was built on. We need to make sure everyone feels equal.
Sit and cut her mic.
What? I love America. God bless America. I know I have a problem with rambling, but that's just how I am.
That Deanna girl she's nuts. She's got some serious mental issues going on. She just goes and she goes on tangents.
Mr. Kennedy, welcome tonight. We're going to start off tonight by asking you, how do you feel about news networks that act as a partisan press? That is, news networks that align themselves with political parties such as Fox News or CNN?
Well, Mr. Jackson, news parties, as well as political press, well, that is favoritism. And according to Mr. Baker over here, the news companies don't favor him so much, as we've seen on social media and other news networks. In fact, according to him earlier today, he even said that he wants to go to war with North Korea.
Wrong.
Are you really going to... People of the United States.
Those two, they're so immature. I'm gonna win this.
First off, are we literally going to let a person drive us into danger. You want him as a president? I mean, come on. He's putting us into danger beyond belief, and you people want him as a president? He is, like they said, a joke. Why would you want to vote for him? He is completely absurd. This is not the kind of person you want as a president.
Bobby, you were being very unfair to me tonight.
Well, I'm not even going to win president, so I'm an independent.
Ms. Johnson, how do you feel about the access to public information regarding the government, known as government transparency?
I think having information available on the internet is wonderful because it gives everyone equal opportunity to explore the world, and we're all able to communicate with each other. I know I'm a rambler. I can't help it. I just have a lot of passion. I just keep going and going and going and support feminism and equality in religion, race, and everything else. Because as you know, equality going and going and going and going and going and going and the American dream are very important to me, but I won't repeat myself.
So, Mr. Baker, allegations of you having ties with the foreign president of Russia, Vladimir Putin, have arisen over the last week or so. How do you defend yourself against these allegations? You can't be the President of the United States if you have foreign ties with a known enemy of the U.S.
Let me tell you something, Randy. That was CNN. See, people got to understand that CNN is fake news, okay? They report crap. It's fake news. I don't know Putin. I don't know Putin. I think it would be great if America got along with Putin, but I don't know Putin. Listen. CNN fake news. Don't listen to them. That's all I got to say about that.
Mr. Kennedy, your platform has been known for its news leaks. You are directly attributed with leaking the information of Mr. Baker's relationship with Vladimir Putin. How do you defend yourself against these allegations of direct slander on another opponent?
Well, Mr. Jackson, if you actually look at Mr. Baker's social media account, it actually shows that he seems to be friends with Mr. Putin, Vladimir Putin himself. And also by the tone of his voice, he sounds like he might have been a little bit lying and skeptical by his body language as well. And also, I think he has been friends because I've seen actually pictures of him too around the social media. And he seems like he's very, very good friends with Mr. Vladimir Putin.
Mrs. Johnson, how do you feel about your presence on social media?
I feel very confident about my presence on social media because I've been able to start smart mobs, which is when a group of people come together and communicate via social media or text messaging in order to organize activities and events. And I've been able to utilize this to organize rallies and service projects for those in need and to promote equality, which I have emphasized before.
Mr. Baker, last week, images of you have been popping up all over social media and have been shared from page to page. You're becoming a meme on social media. How does it affect you?
Well, Randy, I can't help that I'm a very charismatic person, you know. I'm very funny. I don't want to brag about myself, but I'm telling you, I'm very funny. I'm very charismatic. People like me. I can't help it. People like people from Boston. You know, Tom Brady. Tom Brady is my man. That Deflategate, all fake news, okay? Don't listen to, it's all CNN, fake news, okay? Let me tell you something. People like me because I'm a billionaire, okay? I make tons of money. I have a tremendous...
Well, a meme is a cultural transition of ideas. It's spread through the media.
What? Again, you're being very unfair to me tonight, Randy, and I don't understand what is going on here.
Mr. Baker, it's a joke. You are a joke.
I'm not a joke. What are you coming up with this stuff? I enjoy being a meme. I don't exactly know what exactly it is, but I'm a meme, okay, and that's fine. So let's move on now, okay? Let's move on to a different question. I'm getting tired of this. Randy, I'm sorry. I'm about to laugh right now. You're being very unfair to me tonight, and I'm getting really off, okay? I didn't do nothing. I can't help if people like me. Fake news, whatever, okay? Let's move on from this question. I'm getting tired of it, okay? Listen, I don't even know what to say anymore. You're being very unfair. I got CNN on me. I got Fox News. I got you on me. Let's move on from this question, and let's have the other candidates answer. I don't know why I'm the focus here, okay? Let's move on.
Mr. Kennedy, going off of your news leaks before, even before you announced your presidency, some information had gone out there stating that you may or may not have been running for presidency at the time. How do you explain this?
Well, Mr. Jackson, at first I put the News League out just to see what the people of the public were actually going to be like. And I actually got a lot of support from them in my favor to actually run for president. Not only that, but I also saw the success of the approval rating of Mr. Baker's campaign himself. And as soon as I saw it was low, I knew I had to run.
So you're saying you purposely trial ballooned this to see how the public would view you as a candidate?
No, I wouldn't say that quite exactly, but if that's what you would like to say, go ahead.
That's all the time we have for tonight. So I look forward to seeing all three of you next week at the next presidential debate. Have a good night.